please enjoy Radio Day's production of The Shadow.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
The Shadow, who aids the forces of law and order, is in reality Lamont Cranston, wealthy man about town. Several years ago, while in the Orient, Cranston learned a strange and mysterious secret, the hypnotic power to cloud men's minds so they cannot see who knows whom the voice of the invisible shadow belongs to.
We three, we're all alone, living in a memory. My echo, my shadow, and me. We three, we're not a crowd. We're not even company. My echo, my shadow, and me. What good is the moonlight, the silvery moonlight that shines above? I walk with my shadow and talk with my echo, but where is the one that I love? We three will wait for you, even till eternity. My echo, my shadow, and me.
Today's drama, The Bells of St. Peter's, takes us to Rome, Italy. It's about a missing movie star, a blood-stained groom, and a mysterious sales slip. It will begin in just a moment, but first, a word from our sponsor.
Craft rated Parmesan cheese. Everything is authentic, except for the package. In fact, this shiny green can is the only part of Kraft's 100% rated Parmesan cheese that wasn't born in the culinary genius of 14th century Italy. Like the old world cheese makers from Parma, Italy, Kraft starts with only the finest ingredients, and Kraft ages the cheese slowly, carefully, to bring out rich, distinctive Parmesan flavor. Perfect for adding a real Italian touch to all your pasta dishes. Kraft 100% Parmesan, one taste, and you'll know it's authentic Italian.
And now, The Shadow and the Bells of St. Peter's. The Italian sun is warm and bright on this Saturday morning. The streets of Rome are crowded with laughing children and people rushing about finishing up their shopping. But the Velamento, an apartment hotel just off the Piazza Barberini, the housekeeper's mind is not on shopping, but on the many apartments she still has to clean. Teresa sets down her mop and broom, pauses before the door of a suite on the second floor, and mutters to herself,
Ay, ay, ay. These Americano movie stars, they always have so much trouble. And this one, she say, Teresa do this, Teresa do that. Ay, a woman so beautiful and so cold, like the fish. Eesh. Signora Stevens! Signora? Bono, non home. I go clean as I wish. No one to say, Teresa, you get the stockings, eh? Teresa, you got it. Ah! Oh! Mamma mia, what has happened? Oh, the furniture, it is all on the floor. The lamps, she is broken. Oh, Signora Stevens, she is not there. Oh, but I am sick. There is blood all over the floor. What I do? Oh, I know. I call policia. I call it once.
There it is, Lamont. Just up ahead, the Villa Mentone. Oh, this is going to be such fun.
Yes, but if you were so anxious, Margot, to visit with a film director, you didn't have to wait till we came to Rome. We have them in the States, you know.
Well, I know, but this is different. A movie directed by the one and only Vittorio Scalza, the famous Italian director?
Yes, and starring Lydia Stevens, the most intriguing of all American stars.
That ought to be a winning combination, Lamont.
Yes. Well, we may as well call his room. We're here.
Oh, this is the end. Everything is ruined, finished, destroyed.
Someone sounds pretty excited.
20 years in the theater, and never has this happened to me. Vittorio Scalza. I will not let them do this to me. I will not permit it.
Senor Scalza, this is Lamont Cranston, and I have Margot Lane here with me. What seems to be the trouble?
Trouble? Everything is lost, ruined, destroyed. My star, Lydia Stevens, she is gone, vanished.
Lydia Stevens is gone?
Now, 1 days before the ending of the movie, with only 2 scenes left to shoot. A love scene, the most beautiful love scene in the history of the cinema. Oh, and a death scene, the most tragic death scene ever written. Without them, I have nothing. $100,000 are lost.
Senor Scalza, why do you say Lydia Stevens has disappeared? Perhaps she's just ill or delayed.
No. She is gone. Something terrible is happening to her.
What makes you so sure?
Last night, I have a dinner engagement with her. She is to meet me at Donet's. She does not come. I call her apartment. She does not answer. Now all day I call. Nobody is home. Now I call the policia. They are looking for her.
But perhaps she's just tired and went off for a few days' rest.
You do not know this Lydia. She lives only for her work. Nothing stands in the way of her career. No. If she is not here, it is because she is dead, or kidnapped, or out of her mind. And I am ruined. I may as well throw myself in the Tiber.
Perhaps it isn't too late. Perhaps we can help.
Help? Can you take her place? How can you help? Oh!
Well, I'm not sure how we can help now, but we can start by taking a look at Lydia Stevens' apartment.
Wanted for questioning, wanted for robbery, wanted for questioning. Attention! Be on the lookout for a girl! 5 feet, 5 inches, with long hair and pretty eyes. But man, how she lies! Last night, she sneaked up behind me. She kissed me and told me she loved me. But man, how she lied. Wanted for questioning, wanted for robbery, wanted for questioning. She told me she needed money for her poor, sick mother. I gave her my money, but when I went to meet her, she was gone. Man, how she lied! Close all the highways! Block all the airports! Don't let her leave town! But beware! Beware! The subject is dangerous! Wanted for questioning. Wanted for robbery. Wanted for questioning. Man, how she lied!
Hello, my name is Lamont Cranston, and this is Miss Margot Lane. Are you the individual who discovered the distress in the apartment?
Oh, see, it was awful. The furniture under the floor, oh. But I touched nothing. I call policia. You ask Commissario here, yeah?
I believe she tell the truth, huh? Senor Cranston, she called right after Senor Scalza did, huh?
Teresa, did you hear anything?
I hear many things. There's a fighting, there's a shouting, there's a cursing.
From this apartment?
Well, how can one tell? We are right near the Piazza Barberini, and this is so much noise in the streets, and this is a big hotel. Many people shout.
Commissioner, I noticed her bed hadn't been slept in.
Yes, and she failed to keep an appointment with her director.
See, that is so. Then whatever happened last night to Senor Stevens must have been the problem. Teresa, tell me, has anybody come to see this woman, this Americana actress, huh?
Nobody. She go work, she come home, she alone.
Alone? A beautiful woman like that?
Oh, no, I have heard about her, Margot. She's not very sociable.
Ah, like the famous Greta Garbo.
Now, Teresa, I want you to think really hard. I don't care who it was, huh? Anybody come to visit this woman.
Oh, nobody. Wait. There is a woman. I do not know his name. He is a big man. He has a big shoulders. He give a big tips.
So a big wealthy man, huh?
See, he wear very fine clothes.
Was he Americano?
Oh, see, he speak English.
You heard him speak?
Oh, see, he has a strange voice, like a whisper.
And he prays like this?
See, that is the one. Commissario, I go clean now.
Oh, sì. Grazie, Teresa, grazie, huh?
Do you know him, Commissioner?
Oh, see, and you are probably aware of him as well, huh? He is the Americano Tony Fortunato.
Tony Fortunato? Does that name mean anything to you, Lamont?
Of course. He was deported from America several years ago for his criminal activities. Do you know where we can find him, Commissioner?
Oh, see, we have been keeping the, the eye over the eagle on him. We do not like narcotics peddlers any more than you do, huh? You'll find him at the Hotel Flan. It's just off the Piazza Adriano.
Grazie, Commissioner. We'll head over there right away.
Oh, see, I'll go with you.
If you don't mind, we'd like to keep this visit unofficial. We may get more out of him that way.
Well, as you wish, Senor Cranston. Only remember, be very careful. This Fortunato may be dangerous.
Of course.
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I go out walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking midnight searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Baby, he's crying for me. And as the skies stood gloomy, night winds whispered to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Baby, he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me.
And now back to the Shadow. Having found a link between Lydia Stevens, an American movie star who has vanished, and Tony Fortunato, an American racketeer who has been deported, Lamont Cranston and Margot Lane decide to call on Fortunato at his hotel in Rome. Now, in the lobby, they call Cranston's room.
See?
Mr. Fortunato?
Yeah?
My name is Cranston, and I'm here with my friend, Miss Lane. We'd like to speak with you, if you don't mind. Would you mind coming down to the lobby?
I guess, but, this better be good. Well, what do you want?
Hello, we're American,
And what, you want a 21-gun salute?
No.
We just thought you might be able to help
Oh,
us.
you thought I might fall down and kiss your feet because you come from the good old USA, huh? Well, nuts to that.
Yeah, hold on there, Mr. Fortunato. You got us all wrong. We're not ordinary tourists. I'm a magazine writer, and I'd like to do a piece on you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, very much. You see, everyone back home, especially your enemies, they have it in their heads that you're miserable here, that you're living in poverty.
They do, huh? Mm-hmm. Think I'm broke?
You might be surprised.
Right, I'd like to do a piece that tells the truth, the whole story about how you live, how you're doing out here, the real lowdown.
Okay. Good idea. We'll tell you everything you want to know. Think I'm poor, do they? I own the best suite in this hotel. All the furnishings, mine. What do you think of that, huh?
I'm sure it's quite beautiful.
Oh, and my paintings, they're all genuine. Some Picasso, little Degas. Nice, huh?
Fabulous. How about modern paintings?
Modern? They better be. If I find out anybody pawned off any of that old-fashioned junk on me, I'll cool them off, huh?
Hey, what happened to your wrist?
What do you mean?
Well, when I saw the bandage when you reached out. What happened?
Well, you're pretty nosy, aren't you?
That is my job. Asking questions?
Yeah. Well, I broke a shaving mirror last night. Nothing big, just nicked me. Nothing at all.
Pretty big bandage for such a small cut.
Yeah, well, I'm a bleeder. Something about my blood.
I see. Funny thing.
What is?
Well, we just recently saw evidence of quite a lot of bleeding.
Oh, yeah? Where?
At the apartment of Lydia Stevens. Ever hear of her?
Yeah, the American movie star. What were you doing over there?
We were there writing a story for a movie magazine. Funny thing though, she wasn't there and her apartment was in shambles.
Say, I don't like the way you're talking, pal. What are you getting at?
Did you know Lydia Stevens?
Maybe. What of it?
Well, what kind of dealings did you have with her?
What out, buddy? You're getting out of line.
Listen, if you don't tell us, you'll just have to tell the police.
Oh, you think so?
Yes. They already know you've been to see her. You're the only man in Rome that ever did.
So what?
Well, were you there last night?
No, I wasn't. And you know what? I could get along just fine without you and your lousy magazine. I ain't seen that woman in weeks. So now get out before I throw you out.
Very well, Mr. Fortunato. We will take our leave. Arrivederci, my friend. We will meet again.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. You know, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. You know, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Bring it on, guys. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Come on, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why don't they just take that Fortunato guy and throw him in jail?
On what grounds?
Murder. The murder of Lydia Stevens.
No motive, no means, no weapon, no body. They don't have much of a case.
You and your law. I'm surprised the police had sense enough to tell him not to leave town. The man is a killer, I tell you.
Say, I've got an idea. I'll put in a call to my friend Weston with the FBI. He'll give us the lowdown on Fortunato. Yes, operator. I'd like to place a call to the States. Yes, Tom Weston, Washington, D.C.
I'll bet the commissioner was bowled over when you told him about what was in that cable.
Well, I don't know. All he said was, "I'll be right over."
I know I was bowled over. I mean, we knew there was a connection between Lydia Stevens and Tony Fortunato, but this?
Surprising, isn't it? Tony Fortunato and her daughter, man and wife.
Unbelievable. I mean, Lydia Stevens looks so young on screen. She plays ingenues. Who would have thought that she had a marriageable daughter?
Well, I don't know. She could be in her early 30s and still have an 18-year-old daughter. It's not that odd. What bothers me is why would she want to marry a gangster like Tony Fortunato?
He's wealthy, Lamont.
Well.
And dresses beautifully. Perhaps it charmed her.
Well, yes, and he was riding high when he married her. Penthouse suite on Park Avenue, and he mingled with the theater crowd. Ah, here's the commissioner.
Senor Cranston, Signorina Lane.
I didn't expect you to be working on Sunday.
What a choice have I, huh? This lady, Stevens, she must be found.
And here's the cable, Commissioner.
Oh, grazie. You've already informed me of its contents, eh?
So I guess you never knew that Tony Fortunato was married.
Oh, on the contrary, Miss Lane, we know it all the time.
What?
See, we know he's married. What we do not know is that his wife was the daughter of Signora Stevens.
I see. When Tony Fortunato was deported, did she come to Italy with him?
See, she come with.
She did. Do you know where she is?
See, I know. she is dead. But she died last year. Bad heart, much sickness, huh?
What a shame.
Yes. But then, why would Lydia Stevens have anything to do with Tony Fortunato if the one link between them was dead?
Oh, scusi, Signor Stevens, but there is another link, and no dead.
Another link?
See, in a row, a child was born of this relationship, a boy. Oh, here is a certificate of birth, huh?
Grazie.
We'll be right back with the shadow in just a moment. But first,
He's a fine touch for fine family dishes. Kraft grated Parmesan cheese is aged for more than a year. Give it that rich Italian flavor. Sprinkle of the spaghetti, lasagna, pizza, and see how it turns everyday foods into delicious Italian-style dishes. Loose Parmesan becomes pasta Alfredo. Your favorite casserole becomes a flavor bonanza. For the very best in Italian cooking, Kraft is a Parmesan for you.
and now back to the shadow. Lamont Cranston and Margot Lynn are in Grove, investigating the disappearance of Lydia Stevens, the movie actress, and suspecting foul play at the hands of Tony Fortunato, an ex-gangster. They discovered that Fortunato was married to Lydia's daughter, and that the daughter died, but is survived by a young son, presumably living somewhere in Italy. We'll find out in today's thrilling conclusion of The Shadow. So what do you think, friends?
What's happened? Has Lydia been kidnapped? Do you think? What about, is she still alive? Anybody have any thoughts? And what about the boy? Have they found him? Is he still in Italy? And of course, what about Tony Fortunato, huh? Has he been arrested? What do you think? What was he charged with? No thoughts? Okay. Well, let's get back to the show, shall we? Cranston and Margot are now at Lydia Stevens' apartment in the Villa Mentone, determined to find some clue as to her whereabouts.
It's no use, Lamont. The police have been over this place with a fine-tooth comb, and we've searched it already also. I don't know what you expect to find.
Well, you never know, Margot. A clue doesn't have a sticker on it. Maybe something here will give us a lead.
Well, I don't think we're going to find anything in these shopping bags. They appear to be empty.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Margot, take a look at this sales slip here.
What does it say? You know my Italian's weak.
Well, so is mine, but listen, 2 pairs of children's shoes and a boy's jacket size 3.
Oh, and here's another one. A set of toy trains, 5,000 lira.
Toy trains?
And a cowboy suit, size 3.
Lydia Stevens was buying things for a little boy. That means she either knew where her grandson was or hoped to find out.
Someone's coming.
Yes, you're right about my grandson.
Lamont,
but-
it's
but
Lady
how did-
Stevens.
How did...
She's
Steady,
fainting.
steady there, steady. Margot, some water, quickly.
Yes.
Are you there? Are you all right?
I'm all right. I just need some help into a chair.
Yes, of course. Steady.
Thank you.
Here, drink this.
Oh, thank you. You're American?
Yes, we're friends of Vittorio Scalzo, your director. He was frantic when you disappeared. Miss Stevens, what happened to you? Where have you been?
Oh, it's a long story. Ever since my daughter died, I've been trying to get custody of her son, my grandson. He's here in Italy, and I'd like to take him to America with me, but Tony Fortunato won't let me.
He doesn't like you very much, does he?
Oh, he's always hated me, as much as I've hated him. He ruined my daughter's life. He drove her to her death. Oh, it's all over with now.
Yes. Go on.
Well, ever since I asked to make this picture here in Rome, I pulled all sorts of strings, and I contacted the courts and whatnot to get papers in the hopes that the Italian authorities would release the child to me.
But Miss Stevens, American court orders would have no authority here in Italy.
Yes, but Tony didn't know that. And when he found out I had the papers, he got frightened, and he sent little Tommy to stay with some relatives in the country. And then he came to my apartment on Friday night.
He lied to us, Lamont. He said he hadn't been here.
Oh, he was here all right, and he was furious. He demanded the papers. Of course, I refused, and then he tore through the apartment like a madman, searching. We fought. Eventually, I picked up a vase and I tried to hit him over the head with it, but he warded it off with his arm.
Yes, and that's when he cut his wrist.
Yes. Oh, he bled all over the place. It was awful. Thank goodness the housekeeper has been here to clean it all up. In the end, it didn't matter. He found the papers and he left.
And you didn't contact the police?
Well, I didn't want the publicity, and I didn't have any time. I was determined to find and get my grandson, even if I had to abduct him.
But you didn't even know where to look.
Oh, I did. Tony let it slip during the struggle that he had a cousin in Orvieto. So I hired a car that night, and I drove there.
And that's why you didn't meet Scalza for dinner.
Yes. Well, I arrived in Orvieto about 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I couldn't do anything at that time, so I returned to this little farmhouse about 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I waited for little Tommy to come out to play. I thought I'd lure him to the car with toys and games that I'd purchased a couple of days earlier.
And?
I even had a little cowboy suit for him.
And?
He never came out. It was obvious that they'd been warned I might come, and so the child had been spirited away. I stayed in a nearby village an extra night, but it was no use. I had lost. I would never have another chance.
You want that child very much, don't you?
Oh, more than anything. I did so many things wrong with my daughter, so many. There's nothing I can do about that now. I no longer have a husband. I have nothing. I have a career, money, but I have no one. I would give up everything for my grandson.
Margot, would you run down to the lobby and call the commissioner, let him know what's happened here?
Yes, of course.
Perhaps you won't have to give up everything, Miss Stevens.
What do you mean?
Well, up until now, Tony Fortunato has been lucky. The sun has been shining for him.
And now?
And now, a shadow is about to cross his path.
Look like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I got wise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh yes, you are the devil in disguise. You fooled me with your kisses. You cheated and you schemed. Heaven knows how you lied to me. You're not the way you seemed. You looked like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I got wise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh yes, you are the devil in disguise. I thought that I was in heaven, but I was sure surprised. disguise. Oh, yes, you are the devil in disguise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are the devil in disguise. The devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are the devil in disguise.
You understand, Giuseppe? Don't let anyone come near the place. Nobody. See, I'll pay you. Don't worry about it. But if you let anybody take my son, you'll be sorry, you understand? Good. Arrivederci. Hey, what's that? Who's there? Who's laughing?
The shadow, Tony.
Shadow? What shadow? There ain't nobody here. This must be some kind of trick.
Why? Why is it a trick? Because your conscience bothers you? Because you're harming a lovely woman once again?
Oh, she wants my kid. Mine, huh? Why should I give him up? Why should she take him away, huh?
Because it would be better for him, Tony, and you know it.
No, better for him to be here with me than in America where they threw his father out.
But why did they throw his father out? Think back, Tony. Think of the narcotics your henchmen peddled to innocent teenage kids. Think of the kids whose lives you've ruined.
Oh, go away, go away!
That boy of yours, you'll make him suffer for your crimes. Do you want him to grow up like you? A criminal? That boy needs a mother, Tony, and there is one who wants him.
No, you're trying to soften me up, huh? To make me give up what's mine. I hate that woman. I've always hated her. Why should I stop now, huh? Why should I give in?
Listen, Tony. You hear that? The bells of St. Peter's just a few blocks away. It's Sunday. Listen, Tony, and perhaps you will find your answer.
A breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
I needed money 'cause I got none.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I left my baby and I feel so bad. I guess my race is won.
But he's the worst man I ever had.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Robbing people with a zip gun.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. I miss my baby and the good fun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
I left my baby and I feel so bad. I guess my race was run.
Well, he's the worst man that I ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Now, a little later, Lamont Cranston and Margot Lane are standing before the magnificent St. Peter's Church, watching the throngs of people go up the steps toward the entrance. The The air is balmy, the sky a cloudless blue. A perfect Sunday.
Isn't this just such a beautiful day, Lamont? I can't believe I'm really here in Rome. I mean, look at those fountains and those pillars and listen to those bells. Don't they just do something to you?
Yes. And evidently they did something to Tony Fortunato as well.
You mean the way he just suddenly gave in?
Yes. For a moment he looked to the future, to the days and years ahead, and realized that in the eyes of his son, he'd always be a gangster. And his son may love him, but his life would be forever handicapped by the reputation of his father.
And like most fathers, Tony wanted something better in life for his son. He wanted him to grow up proud and happy.
Yes. He realized that his son would be much better off with Lydia Stevens.
Lydia Stevens, what a woman. So cold, so hard-boiled, and yet she was willing to risk her life for that boy.
Well, she was suffering the pangs of remorse as well. She had kept her daughter out of sight and neglected her for a career, and finally lost her.
Well, she couldn't undo the damage she'd done to her daughter, but she could make it up to her daughter's son.
Yes, Lydia Stevens finally realized that money, a career, the things money can buy, mean nothing if you have no one who loves you, or that you love. In a way, they were both lost, Lydia Stevens and Tony Fortunato, but a little child showed them the way.
We hope you enjoyed our production of The Shadow. Brought to you by Kraft Natural Parmesan Cheese. Cheese as it should be. Great taste made with simple ingredients. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or that special occasion featuring your favorite Italian meal. Listen again next week, same time, same station, when The Shadow will demonstrate that
the weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Joy that we've been able to be here in this beautiful auditorium and do this for you. Normally we would invite friends and family to come and see the shows in the facilities, but times being about what they are. And so now we are able to do this for you here. And so it's been an absolute joy. Did you have a good time? Woo! Now the big question is, did you figure it out? No? Well, good. That means that it is fantastic writing and it kept you guessing right to the very end. And that just goes to show you how wonderful the writing was in these amazing radio programs. And so I'd like to introduce to you our cast. First up, we have the beautiful Miss Jillian Durant. She is Margot Lane. We have Richard Durrington as Commissario and our announcer.
Grazie.
And as our distraught Vittorio Scalza, as well as a dastardly Tony Fortunato, this is Andy Timming. And as Lamont Cranston, a.k.a. The Shadow, who knows, this is Joseph Stevenson. And I would like to give just a special shout out to my husband, David Falcone, who is the voice of the commercial for Kraft Parmesan cheese. And together, my friends, we are Radio Days. Thank you so much for sharing in this wonderful nostalgic event for us. And we hope that we will be able to do more and that we'll be able to share more of these stories with you. Thanks.